Hi there, it's Dr. Mira from the Children's Book Academy here, and I have a beautiful book to share with you, Marvelous Cornelius, Hurricane Katrina and the Spirit of New Orleans by Phil Bildner, illustrated by John Parra. And I wanted to show you some of the things that make this really wonderful. There's, insider pop cultural references like these images that are associated with New Orleans and the United States. They're almost done like a loteria cards. And in fact, some of the images, particular style, look like it would have come from there. And I'm going to read you the jacket flap copy. In New Orleans, there lived a man who saw the streets as his calling, and he swept them clean. He danced up one avenue and down another, and everyone danced along. The old ladies whistled and whirled, the old men hooted and hollered, but the barbers, bead twirlers, and beignet bakers bounded behind that one-man parade. But then came the rising Mississippi, and a storm bigger than anyone had seen before. Phil Bildner and John Parra tell the inspiring story of a humble man and the heroic difference he made in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. So we see him with his garbage truck, and we also see some of the New Orleans buildings. Very simple, wonderful graphic shapes. Here he's got textures behind this quote from Martin Luther King, and he's got like a light raw sienna with a light blue over the top of that and bits of red, and these textures just give it a lot more depth. And he does that on all the pages, and that's part of his style, is to have that very textured acrylic look. And we see New Orleans, and we see this wonderful man. And he's a character that we all like. Morning, he saluted the silver-haired man with the Times Picayune tucked under his arm. Greetings, he waved to the couple with the baby on the balcony. Ma'am, he nodded to the woman shaking rugs out of her front window. So we get a real sense of the flavor. He's not worrying about scale so much because he's really going for this more sort of folkloric look. Wonderful texture that brings a lot of interest. And we're establishing how lovely this character is so that we really care about him and want to hear about his journey. And one of the things that's wonderful about this book, there's many things, is that it tells a very, very difficult story in a really accessible and beautiful way. Woo, 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 he called to his driver when it was time to stop. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, he strummed the side when it was time to move. Hooty-hoo, hooty-hoo, his favorite call of all. Showtime! So very lyrical language, great onomatopoeia. It's just a really delightful book. And I love what a great match the words and images are. Cornelius front flipped to the curb and flung the bags over his head, behind his back, between his legs, into the trunk. He lined bags along the curb and then launched them, bag after bag after bag after bag after bag. They landed in a perfect pyramid inside the hopper's metal mouth. And so in terms of text here, there's a bunch of things going on. And there's repetition, there's alliteration, and there's metaphor. So it's really, and rhythm. And I love the way the graphic designer has made the text really rhythmic over here. And as I mentioned, the art is great, and we see him moving along in his process of dealing with garbage. So there's, woo, the jacket's falling off. And then Hurricane Katrina comes. Cornelius rose. He dried his eyes, for his spirit and will were waterproof. Great contrast here between light and dark, so that Cornelius really stands out. Vibrant colors versus more muted colors. And that wonderful texture that he's so famous for. And when I say he, I mean John Parra, the illustrator. But the text is equally wonderful. So this is one of those perfect books where the text and the art are equally strong and equally compelling. You really, really want to keep reading, one, because of the story, and two, for the beautiful way that it's told. Oh, and three, because of the awesome art. Let's not forget that. So I hope you'll check this book out. It's another one that I love, by Bildner and John Parra. I hope you enjoyed that, and bye for now.